you trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe, so clear.
The next morning, I got up and got dressed, then went to the grocery store. When I finally got there, I saw my mom holding a bag of groceries, which was pretty normal. Well, that's what I thought. When I got home, I saw the bag on the table and decided to have a look. But nothing could have prepared me for what I found.
Once there was a girl named Jenny. She was like all the other girls, except for one thing. She always wore a green ribbon around her neck. There was a boy named Alfred in her class. Alfred liked Jenny, and Jenny liked Alfred. One day he asked her, "Why do you wear that ribbon all the time?" "I cannot tell you," said Jenny. But Alfred kept asking, "Why do you wear it?" And Jenny would say, "It is not important." Jenny and Alfred grew up and fell in love. One day, they got married. After their wedding, Alfred said, "Now that we are married, you must tell me about the green ribbon." "You still must wait," said Jenny. "I will tell you when the right time comes." Years passed. Alfred and Jenny grew old. One day, Jenny became very sick. The doctor told her she was dying. Jenny called Alfred to her side. "Alfred," she said, "now I can tell you about the green ribbon. Untie it, and you will see why I could not tell you before." Slowly and carefully, Alfred untied the ribbon, and Jenny's head fell off.
Emma Cameron was a famous influencer. She filmed and vlogged on TikTok. She posted get ready with me's and routines on her YouTube channel. Everyone adored and loved her. She was so sweet and kind. Emma loved to party. She partied every weekend. She would party alone and with her friends. Emma was also very popular in school. She had many boys after her, and a lot of girls wanted to be her. She was living a fantastic life. She had family, friends, money, and fame. One day, when Emma was in class talking with her friends, the teacher came in. He announced to the fellow class that there will be a new girl joining the school. Everyone was so excited, and so was Emma. She wasn't worried at all that the new student might take her place. Emma was always gonna be the star. But when the girl entered the classroom, everyone gasped and was so mesmerized by the new girl. Her beauty, her confidence, and her grades were better than Emma's. The new girl, Victoria, was head of the class and became loved very fast. She also started a TikTok account and a YouTube channel. Her accounts blew up overnight. She gained millions and millions of followers, more followers than Emma. She became so popular and known. Emma's friend started to become distant with Emma since she was no longer the queen. Victoria was. All the boys that were after Emma was now after Victoria. Every boy wanted to date her, and all the girls wanted to be her friend. This made Emma so mad and jealous. How dared Victoria take away Emma's spotlight? Later that day, Emma came up with a plan. 2 days later, Emma asked Victoria if she could have a word with her. Victoria happily agreed to talk to her. She pulled Victoria aside and told her, "I'm gonna be the last thing you will ever see."
I'm gonna be the last thing you will ever see.
Victoria was confused and asked her what she was talking about. Emma grabbed out a sharp knife and stabbed Victoria while covering her mouth so no one would hear her screams. She let out an evil laughter. Blood was quickly covering Victoria's uniform as she was dying a painful death. Victoria's body dropped to the floor. 2 days later, Victoria was reported missing. Everyone was so worried, while Emma was so satisfied, knowing that everything she had before Victoria took it away would come back.
I was 8 when I found it. A dusty dollhouse in the window of the thrift store, complete with its own set of porcelain dolls. It was love at first sight. I begged my mom for it, until eventually she agreed. I played with that dollhouse every day for years, from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep. Even in my early teens, I spent hours rearranging furniture and inventing lives for the porcelain dolls inside. Their delicate features, so lifelike, captivated me. However, when I started junior year, I played with my dolls less and less, until eventually I stopped playing with them at all. About a week later, I was woken by whispering that seemed to be coming from my old dollhouse, but curiosity made me step closer. As I reached out my hand, the whispers stopped. I opened the dollhouse and suddenly felt a sharp pain through my entire body. I collapsed, drifting in and out of consciousness. I was woken by my alarm the next day. I rolled over to turn it off, but I wasn't in my bed. I got up and went towards the sound, only to find myself staring at my bedroom from inside the dollhouse.
Ever since I was born, I have been seeing this pink ribbon everywhere. My mom used to buy one for me and put it on me when I was little because she thought it looked cute, and I agree. But lately, this bow has only been popping up in bad situations or when something bad is about to happen. I've been realizing that maybe this bow is a curse. See, for example, this one time I was out on a walk when I saw this exact same pink ribbon in a bush. I thought it was cute that someone else also had a pink ribbon like mine at home. But then, a second later, I hear someone scream. A terrifying scream. I look around and see a masked man running with a bloody knife. I froze and didn't know what to do. The next day, it was on the news. A teenage girl had been stabbed by a man late at night. I was scared and terrified. Another situation was when I was at school arguing with a classmate, when I saw a girl with the exact same pink ribbon in her hair walk by. 1 second later, my classmate that I was arguing with fell to the floor and started to get a seizure. I've told my mom about this suspicion of the pink ribbon, but she then gave me this weird smile, and her pupils became very big.
And Mom?
Oh, sorry, love. What did you say?
Oh, nothing.
After that, I thought that I might be crazy and delusional, so I got it off my mind and moved on from it. I should have never have done that, because one night, as I was getting ready for bed, I saw the pink ribbon lying on my dresser. It was just there, as if it had been waiting for me. I decided to hide it in a drawer, out of sight. Maybe that would help me forget about it. But the next morning, the ribbon was back on my dresser. I started to get even more paranoid. Everywhere I went, I saw pink ribbons. This time, it was everywhere. on people's bags, in shop windows, even on TV commercials. It was as if the ribbon was haunting me. I decided to investigate. I went to the local library and started looking for any references to pink ribbons and curses. I found an old book about local legends and superstitions. One of the legends talked about a cursed ribbon that brings misfortune to those who possess it. The description matched my ribbon perfectly. I took the book home and showed it to my mom. Her reaction was strange.
Mom, look at this. It talks about a cursed ribbon. I think it's the same one.
Oh, darling, you worry too much. It's just a story.
I couldn't shake off the feeling that she knew more than she was letting on. A few nights later, I had a vivid dream. In the dream, I saw my mom tying the pink ribbon around my wrist when I was a baby. She was whispering something in an unfamiliar language. I woke up in a cold sweat. The next day, I confronted her.
Mom, what is this ribbon? Why did you give it to me?
All right, it's time you know the truth. The ribbon was given to me by my grandmother. It's been passed down in our family for generations. It's meant to protect us, but it comes with a price.
A price? Mom, what kind of price?
I thought it was just us three playing.
Yeah, it is.
Well then, who's that?
It's probably just a noob.
But how are they in our private server?
That is a little strange. Let's go check it out.
Hey, you need some help? I guess not.
Told you, simple AFK noob. That is weird.
Let's go make a dance edit.
Sam, you're obsessed.
Yeah, well, I need to get as good as Vanny.
Come on, let's go. That kid is freaking me out.
I'm driving.
Guys, you saw that, right?
Saw what?
The tree, it just disappeared.
What are you talking about?
Look, there goes another one.
Let's just go and record your video.
Good idea. Wow, perfect parking there, Jordan.
Remind me to never get in a car with you.
Haha, very funny, guys.
Wait, that weirdo from before is here.
What is happening? Who are you?
I'm logging off.
It won't let me.
Me neither.
What?
This is crazy. I'm pulling my power cable. Ow.
What's wrong? I just wanted to play with you, Jordan.
My parents never let me go into the basement. They always said it was full of old trash they needed to get rid of. I believed them, and I guess I found it sort of creepy anyway. However, one day, they told me they were going to take all the old stuff in the basement to a storage facility. That night, my parents went out to dinner, and I decided to take a look in the basement before they got rid of everything. I ran upstairs and found the key that unlocked the basement door. I opened the door and ran down the stairs. I turned on my flashlight and looked around. Once my eyes adjusted, I saw me. As I opened up the bag, I saw a bunch of carotene bars and other high-fat foods, but this just didn't add up. My mom was a health freak, and she only got me diet bars. I quickly walked over to the kitchen drawers, searching for anything until I found wrapper after wrapper of fake diet snacks. My eyes widened. It all made sense. Even as children, Mom had always loved my sister more than me. She was better. She even took her steps first. But all I knew was that I was going to get my revenge for her ruining my life.
I was a very famous influencer. When I announced that I was pregnant, I knew that my fame would rise and I would get attention.
Congratulations, you have a healthy baby girl.
My baby looked nothing like me, and even worse, she was overweight already. Are you sure that's my baby?
I'm sure. She's about 7 pounds overweight, but that's all.
As soon as the doctor left, I knew I had to get rid of my child. Nobody online could know that such a hippo could possibly be mine. A few days later, I took her to the beach. As I struggled to hold her heavy body, I walked down the pier and dropped her into the water. As I walked back, I felt no guilt whatsoever. A few years later, I decided to try again for a baby.
Congratulations.
This time, my baby was stunning. She looked identical to me. Me and my daughter had a very special bond. Everyone on my socials agreed. I decided to take her to my favorite place, the beach. As soon as we arrived, she started crying. "It's okay, sweetie. Look how pretty the sunset is." I walked down the pier so she could get a better view, but she started crying even more.
"Please don't throw me off this time. I'm pretty now."
I finally knew how to get rid of my obese daughter. I had to dig up 12 pounds of sea salt. I hope no one saw. I needed to collect 12 strands of Mila's hair. Finally, my plan can take action. I sprinkled her with all the salt and started swinging. Then suddenly, she just stopped crying and disappeared.
Breaking news. Famous influencer Gemma Stone was found dead at her own home. 12 pounds of sea salt were found scattered all over her porch. Little to no evidence of murder.
Are you sure you're willing to take in this child? She's been through a lot, and I would hate to see her get hurt again. Yes, of course.
We will take great care of her.
Hello.
I was the prettiest girl in school. I had so many haters that were jealous of my beauty. Sometimes I avoided going to school because of how jealous they were. Girls either hated my guts or wanted to be me, and the boys were just obsessed. They were so obsessed that they would get nervous and run away when I came around. I took people's mans every day, but it wasn't my fault. I didn't ask to be born so gorgeous. They should have been born pretty or something. I don't know. Even the teachers adored me. They gave me good grades even when I didn't earn it. And they would never mark me absent when I didn't show up to school. Life was hard as a bad bitch. It felt like everyone was using me for my looks. No one was ever real. People would gossip and say I had surgery when really this was all natural. One day when I was coming home from Pilates, the girlfriend of a man that I stole kidnapped me and demanded that I give them my beauty secrets. I knocked those bitches out with a bat and escaped while still serving looks.
Me and my friend decided to go to the store at night and sleep over. The manager announced that the store was closing, so we hid. When the manager left, we decided to walk around the store. Me and my friend got tired, so we decided to head to sleep. We got woken up by the manager the next morning. The manager asked me,
"What are you doing here all by yourself?"
I told her I was here with my friend, and I pointed to her. She looked at me weirdly and asked,
"What, friend?"
These are the Robins and their beautiful newborn baby girl, Viva. Mrs. Robbins was pretty well known for her beauty and success with her own clothing line, while Mr. Robbins was known for his successful car company and extreme wealth. Although the Robins seemed perfect, the baby was slowly ruining their once perfect lives and was the cause of many fights between the pair.
I am an amazing wife, and if a baby is ruining that, then we aren't keeping it. I guess we'll just have to take matters into our own hands again.
If you insist, honey, how about we get rid of it at Lake Malou? Nobody would search there for a missing baby.
Great ideas. Let me get the baby. Well, quit standing around and let's go.
Let me make sure the coast is clear.
All right, honey. Goodbye, Satan's child.
I can't believe we did that.
Well, it's too late to feel any guilt now. Now that it's done, I'll start making missing posters and filing a report.
I'll make a few calls and pull some strings to help make the story more viable.
Yeah, you do that.
Mrs. Robbins, mind explaining the horrible details that happened during your baby's kidnapping that horrible Sunday night?
A man stole her from her crib. These idiots buy anything. So late. So what is it? Oh my gosh. My baby.
Sleep or school? What a dumb question. I'm gonna choose sleep, obviously. Might as well change back into my pajamas. I should probably go to sleep now.
After my mother passed away, my dad got a new girlfriend. She was gorgeous and always took care of me. One day, she gave me a pink ribbon and tied it around my neck. I had worn this ribbon for as long as I can remember, at school, at home, at the beach, and I never questioned why, until one night my father went out for drinks, and I was left alone with his girlfriend. So I asked her, why do I have to wear this ribbon? Her facial expression changed.
You're not gonna take it off, are you?
I ran away to my bedroom, slowly untied the ribbon, and my head fell off.
Ha 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 ha.
Zoe, come inside now.
What about Liz? Why can she stay?
Who? Oh, is it a new imaginary friend?
No, it's my twin sister. Why are you being like this?
Honey, your twin sister died 2 years ago. Please stop making jokes.
What? No, she's right there. Look.
I was always fat and ugly, but I just couldn't understand why. I put on makeup every day. I didn't eat a lot, and I usually threw up my food, but it just didn't seem to work. On the other hand, my sister was beautiful, she was popular, and everyone wanted to be her or be with her. But one thing confused me, she ate like a pig. Every second of the day, she would be eating something different. It just wasn't fair. I had enough, so I went into her room late at night, trying to find some answers. Then I found it, a bottle of pills that read, tapeworms.
I was babysitting my little sister Lily when I got a disturbing phone call from my best friend.
Hello? Can you come and pick me up from the mall? I think a man is following me.
Send me your location.
I'll meet you in the parking lot. Please hurry, I'm scared.
I'm on my way. Mia, can you hear me? Mia! I told Lily to keep playing with her toys and not move until I got back. I headed to the mall as fast as I could, calling Mia's phone again and again, but no answer. As I pulled into the parking lot, I looked around for Mia, but all I could find was her phone. As I picked it up, I saw a screenshot of my address from Berry Maps. I woke up with a pounding headache. It took me a moment to remember where I was, and then a sinking feeling crept in. Lily, whoever took Mia and whoever hurt me, knew where I lived, and Lily was there alone. The room was spinning, but I stumbled to my car and drove home as fast as I could. I pulled into the driveway and noticed that the front door was open. I called out for Lily and searched the house, but she was gone. Why did I not just take her with me?
Let me tell you the story on how my mother died. It all started when my mom was a kid. Mom and my grandma went to the store.
All right, honey, go look at some stuff.
All right, Mama.
My mom found a toy behind a plant in the store. She took it to my grandmother and asked her if she could get it. And of course,
darling,
she said yes. They purchased the toy and drove home. Once they got home, Mom went upstairs immediately to play with her new toy, while my grandma made supper. Mom played with her toy for hours on end until Grandma called her to dinner. But Mom came up with a name, Annabelle. I suppose Mom put the toy away and forgot about it as she grew up. When my grandmother died, she gave her home to my mom, which we soon moved into after my mom and dad got a divorce. Mom told me to look around the house to find anything valuable that we could keep safe or anything from my mother's childhood. So I did just that. I found Annabelle. I went downstairs to show my mom, as her childhood room is now mine. When I showed my mother what I found, she gasped in awe and excitement.
Oh my goodness. You found Annabelle. I forgot about her.
May I go play with her?
Yes, of course, sweetheart.
Thanks, Mom.
It was the worst night of my life. There were rumors that the school was haunted, but I didn't believe them. So when Caitlin dared me to spend the night at school alone, I agreed. After school that day, I headed to the restroom to meet Caitlin as planned. She wished me good luck and left. About an hour later, I heard the janitor leaving. Glad to finally be able to walk off the cramp in my leg, I ventured out into the hallway. The school was a lot creepier at night than I thought it would be, and the empty halls seemed so much bigger. I decided to raid the cafeteria for snacks before going into the principal's office to look at the CCTV. Hacking into his computer was easy, considering his password was password. I was flicking through the security footage when my heart dropped. Staring back at me was a tall, dark figure with an evil grin. I ran to the office door, only to see it coming straight towards me. Terrified, I jumped through the vent and moved as quickly and quietly as I could. I spun around and rushed in the opposite direction, coming out of the vent in the restroom. I ran towards the school entrance and then... They think I'm crazy, but this wasn't a dream.
One day, a girl named Elena gets up from her bed in the morning on a Thursday in June, year 2006. She falls out of bed, but then gets up from the floor.
Bro.
She then walks out of her room. Her mother is cooking in the kitchen, making breakfast.
Good morning, Ma.
She calls out. Her mother replies, but her voice is a bit off.
Good morning, sweetheart.
Elena looks confused. Her mother usually always calls her Moon and never any other nicknames, but Elena doesn't think much of it. She walks into the bathroom, her phone in her hand for entertainment while doing her business. She was about to take off her clothes to get in the shower, but she then notices that her hairbrush is broken, but she has a backup one in her bedroom.
Fuck.
She says before she's about to shout out to her mother, but there's a 99% that her mother won't hear it, and it's a waste of time. So she picks up her phone and texts her mother instead.
Hey, Ma, can you give me my hairbrush? It's in my room on my desk.
Almost right away, she gets a reply from her mother. Her reply shocks and confuses Elena. The reply says,
Sorry, Moon. I forgot to tell you that I went to the grocery store before you woke up. I'm on my way home. I got your favorite, Reese's peanut butter cups.
Elena's heart stops. What does she mean by that? Is she serious? Elena scoffs and shakes her head as she types out a quick reply.
Funny games, Ma, but seriously, can you go get my brush?
Her mother doesn't reply. She then FaceTimes her instead.
Moon, what's wrong? Why can't you believe me?
Her mother says, being in a car and driving home. Elena's heart stops again. Her eyes widens, and her blood goes cold. She looks up from her phone. The noises from the kitchen has stopped, and she hadn't even noticed.
Then who's in the kitchen?
Elena says, but then the door handle starts to shake and pull, as if someone is trying to get in. And then she hears that voice.
Eleanor, sweetheart, open the door.